Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James, and this is a dad thing. I am doing what I do. I'm out here in these soccer streets tonight with my oldest as she is having her practice, and your boy is a little tired, so I did not run today. I actually had to run a little errand before I came on to say what's up and give an update and get a couple of things. But, wanted to say hi. It's been a minute. It feels like an eternity, actually, that I've been on, and it's only been a couple days. But I guess that's how it feels now that you've done something on such a regular basis that when you miss a day or two, it feels like eternity that you've been gone. But I'm here and all is well. I'm just gonna walk a little bit, so forgive the changing light and all of that stuff. I'm gonna get into a little bit more light in a second. But just wanted to, say what's up, let y'all know how the birthday weekend went. Your boy is extremely blessed. I could not have had a better birthday weekend than I did. My girls, my wife, my daughters, they know how to take care of a guy, and they've always done that. And once I got out of their way, they were able to set some things up and set up a great party, have some folks come in, and we celebrated. And I definitely told everybody that was able to make it, I said, my bad on being so fickle, because I told the girls I didn't want to do anything for my birthday, and if you'd followed the series 50 vlogs in 50 days, you would have known how I felt about having a party. But my wife, asked one last time, or kind of told me that she was going to do something, and I just stepped aside and got out of her way and let her do what she wanted to do. And I'm so appreciative of the love and the care and taking care of me like they do. But on Friday, my brothers came in. My oldest brother, Roland, and his wife flew in from Oregon. So I was able to go meet them at the airport and, drop them off so they can get their rental car and then go get checked into the place that they were going to be staying. But I wanted to, make it a little bit easy on them, not having to take no trams and all of that good stuff. So that was good, and they settled in. And then my younger brother, Tim, flew in from New York a little bit later, and it was his birthday. He flew in on his birthday. He and I are 2 years and 2 days apart. And he flew in on his birthday. I picked him up. And then from there, we all met up and had some late dinner. And that was cool. And then we sang happy birthday, had a cake for my brother Tim. And that was great as well. And then Saturday came, and it was a good early start for us. We had a soccer game. So the uncles and aunts was happy to be able to see the girls in action. And it's so funny because the last time my sister-in-law and my brother Roland were able to see actually Tiffany play soccer, it was like 10 years ago. And she was like 3. This was her first time playing soccer, and they didn't even call a soccer ball. They called the soccer balls chocolate chip cookies. Kicked the cookie in the net. And my little girl, she was wanting water and snacks more than she wanted to play soccer on that day. It was the cutest thing. And her aunt and uncle were able to see her in action then, and then 10 years later, get to see her really, really play some soccer at a mature age. And my brother Tim was there, and he had his camera, so he took some pictures, and I'll put some on the screen so y'all can see my baby girl in action and see what her uncle was able to capture while he was enjoying the game. And then after that, we had to get ready for the party, and we got to the place a little bit later for the party. And it was just incredible, normally on our birthdays, my wife and her family, and what we do is we just have dinner. And that's what we did. We had dinner. It was exactly what it needed to be. I had some close friends who are more family to me, and my girls be there with us, and my brothers. I had a chance to introduce some of the closest friends to my family and to my brothers, which was fun. And we had a nice little intimate occasion, and there was some tears shed. It's not every day that you share with people, just how much they mean to you and really go into depth. Yes, you share your appreciation. Yes, hey, I'll see you later. Brother James, I love you. Sister so-and-so, I love you. And, I'll see you later. You're always there if a call is needed. But there's some times where you get to share a little bit more. And I was really blessed. I was really touched with just being able to be a part of people's lives and them being a part of my life. And I just was happy. I really was. And it was a great night. And after the birthday party, or during the birthday party, Lauren, my youngest, she had her first playoff game, and it was a late start. So, her aunt and her uncle and her other uncle, from New York, Tim, they rushed her off to her game. And Uncle Tim was able to see her play because he was going to be leaving early on Sunday morning, so he wouldn't have been able to come to her Sunday games. So he left a little early to watch her play. And, he enjoyed that. He took some pictures, and it was good for him to be able to be with her. And she wanted to play well, just like Tiffany wanted to play well for everybody. And they did their best, and everybody enjoyed seeing them in action. And that was Saturday. Sunday was a very early morning because I had to get my brother Tim to the airport for a 7 o'clock flight in the morning. The girls were up because they wanted to get Uncle Tim to the airport as well and spend the last couple minutes with him and wishing him well. So they got up early and came with me to drop him off at the airport. And then after that, we came home. I think they may have rested a little bit, but, we had to get breakfast and get dressed because, Lauren had early basketball game, to finish up this playoff tournament. And she wound up having 2 games on Sunday, and we came up short in the tournament, but she had a great experience. Her uncle Roland, who is the basketball player of the family. He's the basketball player of the family. Uncle Tim is the football player of the family. Uncle Greg, he's a bowler, and he can throw some bowling balls down that lane and get some high scores. That's his thing. And then I'm the guy who kind of just came in between and was a utility guy and could play a little bit of all of it. And that's where I fit in. But Uncle Roland was able to come and see Lauren play, and it was so different, being in the stands, watching your kid play with your brothers, and having conversation of when you were younger. And my oldest brother is, he was the guy I looked up to. He was my role model. He was the standard, and I wanted to be like him. And when he told me to do something when it came to athletics, especially basketball, I listened. Shut up, play the game. Stop talking to the officials. Put your mouthpiece in your mouth. You got one thing to do, and that's the ball. And when he told me that, that's what I did. So to sit in the stands and the bleachers with white knuckling it because I'm like wanting to argue every call and want my kid to do well, and we're just communicating and talking, it was good. But he did let me know I wasn't crazy because these officials out there, they can, there's some room for some improvement. Let me say something. Let me say that. I could probably say a whole lot more because I won't get fined, you know, like these coaches do nowadays. But we always say, don't let the officials determine the outcome of the game. You have to play, and you have to leave no doubt in your opponent's eyes or in anyone's eyes whether or not you were the better team or the better player on that day. So those are the lessons that we teach the girls. And again, it was just great to be able to absorb and take that in with my brother. We had lunch. My sister-in-law, her uncle lives out here, so he was able to come down with his wife and his daughter to watch Lauren's basketball game. They're big sports fans, so they enjoyed it, and was very complimentary of how she did and how her team played, and just impressed with how the young team that she's a part of played the game on Sunday. So it was good. It was good. It was good. And, you know, Sunday night, I took my brother and his wife back to the airport. We wrapped it up with a nice bow and all of that good stuff. And, you know, they headed back home, and, you know, here we are on Monday, and everybody's back to doing what they're doing. So it's February 2nd. The weekend is over. I had a great time. And, you know, February 2nd is also a very important date, you know, in my family. You know, my grandmother, you know, who's been gone some time, her birthday was February 2nd. So I thought about her a lot on this day. Facebook has a way of helping you remember a lot of memories. Her picture flashed up on my timeline. And as we, you know, enter Black History Month, my grandmother really taught me a lot about how to be a proud Black person living here in America. She'd been through a lot, and I tell a story of how my grandmother couldn't vote, all of the segregation, all of the racism, all of the hate that she faced, but never wavered in her faith and her resolve to be the best she could be, and do all she can do for her family and her community, and really important to do that she can do for her church. So as we are in the month of February, you know, we look at the time and the day that we are in. Let's never forget the contribution of Black Americans to this country. We have been a backbone to a lot of what's transpired in this country for the good. And I want to make sure that we never forget that, and that we continue to educate our young brothers and sisters, as well as the world at large, of the contribution that we've made, the contribution that we continue to make, and the contribution that means so much to this place we call the United States of America. So, as always, you know, God bless, take care, be good. I hope everything is all right in your neck of the woods, and I'll see you soon. Peace.